All right, so joining me now are our political panellists, Willie Jackson, retiring National MP Tau Henare, and Taranaki-based columnist Dion Tuta. Kia ora koutou. We'll start with you, Tau. You held that seat, 93, 99?
93 to 99.
Yeah. What wins hearts in that electorate?
Oh, look, the difficulty is getting to see everybody from the top of the north down to, in my day, to Otara. So, this election, I think it's still Hone's. I think he's still going to win. He'll suffer a bit. I wonder where he has been, because I haven't seen him. But that doesn't mean he's in the same places that I hang out. I just think that the marriage between the internet and the mana parties, I think is a bad one, and it always was a bad one. Hone should have gone by himself. He had the mana movement, the mana party. Okay, they didn't have a lot of money, but sometimes you don't need a lot of money to win an election. And I think that Hone represents a whole lot of young people that are knocking on the door of government. Doesn't matter who the government is, to say, hey, give us a better deal. And he represents them really, really well. So, Dion, I mean, I asked that question a couple of weeks ago. You know, where has, and Toe's raised it again, where has Hone been? What's going on in your view?
Well, that's a good question. Where has he been? I mean, he has been largely absent in the media. That's not to say that he hasn't been active in his own territory. Well, no, but this is Hone Harawira. He doesn't need to court media to get attention. He knows how to get attention. If he wants to get attention, he'll go and get it, won't he? Yeah, I mean, the guy was just involved in a very, a very significant car accident as well, right? So, I mean, he's been, and which is probably brought about by the significant amount of driving he's been doing. So he's actually been out there going around. Admittedly, he hasn't been at a lot of the internet, and so it raises questions as to, his own, I suppose, his own views on where things are at. Why is he not at these events? They raise questions. I'm baffled as the next person.
You've always been a bit of a supporter, though, of this union, haven't you, Willie?
I support it. I recommended it at their conference, because it's about time Māori use the system the way Pākehā parties have for years. National Party is a great example of utilising MMP.
Do you think Hone's happy with it still?
I think he's comfortable. I think he's comfortable with it.
I mean, he said that there's been some tension.
Oh, I mean, you've got the odd hiccup, but what we're looking at here is probably a minimum of 3 or 4 internet mana MPs going through. I think it was the right thing to do at the time. I'm not saying it's principled or anything, but there's lots of things.
Are you saying it's unprincipled?
Look, no, but lots of the stuff that happens in MMP is unprincipled. John Key and them going to put John Banks in Epsom, unprincipled, unethical. Labour and them stepping aside
so
in different seats.
This is just a means to an end.
This is what happens all the time. And in Mana Motuhake, when we were in the alliance, all the different parties came together. We got together with right-wingers, extreme right-wingers.
You've never been in a party with extreme right-wingers.
We've got an extreme right-winger
except the alliance.
If you want to talk about principles, he was a left-winger once, and then he became an extreme...
Yeah, and then I grew up.
Okay, so all right,
he became an extreme right-winger.
Think that this is going to pay off
It's going to pay off. It's going to pay off for them in terms of getting a number of seats. Hone is going to get some people in Parliament, and I think our people will wear it. Will Hone win Tai Tokerau? I agree with Tau. I think he'll win it comfortably. Yeah, but you've got Kelvin Davis, who's an excellent candidate, who's been...
What do you think the chances are? If you were going to predict the margin between the two, I think a whole lot last time. I think it was
it's probably going to be not too different to what it was last time. But Kelvin, I think, hasn't been well treated by the Labour Party. He needs 29% to get in. They missed a big opportunity. We could miss out on an outstanding bloke here. He could miss out altogether because of the way Labour have handled it.
So, Dion, Georgina Bayer has been disdainful of Kim.com. What impact do you think that might have on internet money?
Well, I disagree with Willie. I don't think... Well, firstly, I'd be surprised if they do get 4.
Yep.
I think... those sort of noises coming out from Georgina this close to the election, you saw in the clip beforehand, there are people out there who are uncomfortable with the alliance between internet and Mana Party. I myself did not think it was a good idea. I thought it tainted the Mana brand. There's so much noise around Mr.com that it detracts from Mana's message, which essentially, is generally a good one. I mean, their core policy of trying to end child poverty is a good one, but it gets distracted with all of this, the sideshow that is the Mr.com and his issues. You see more of Kim.com out there than you do.
Than of anyone else. Yeah. And we just have to leave it there for a moment, but we will come back to this and the wider picture in just a moment. Scotty.